Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, before I get started on this next video, I've been coming in and out of this cubbyhole, which is our spare room, for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I'm ready for a change already. Let's have a go. Well, I've been having a bit of a decorate and transform the cubbyhole. I think you'll agree with me, it looks a lot better now. Better than the tatty old backdrop that was on the wall before, but you've got to start somewhere. Yeah, so job's a good one. It's a bit echoey in here at the minute. I've removed a bit of furniture and the audio's vibrating around the room now, but I've got some foam panels coming for the front, so that should be a lot better. I'm currently filming on a new body. I've just got an M50, Canon M50, so quality's loads better than the 7D, bless it. That's been retired now. That'll be a permanent gold cam, I think, for now, until I get another 1DX, whatever that'll be. But yeah, and I've got a nice Rode microphone on top of the M50 now, so things are going up market a bit, which is good, but all because of the lockdown, really. There's no way I'd have got any of this kit or been doing this amount of YouTube videos if it wasn't for the lockdown, so positives from a negative, I guess. But anyway, this video, I've been asked a lot lately how I got into sport photography and how I started. So I've got a load of images loaded up, just going to go through them. I started at Eastleigh Football Club back in, not long ago, 2013, 2014 season, I think. So yeah, I went there in the 2013 season to watch Lincoln City, my local team, when they came down here. I went to watch the game. And as you know, I'd been, before I moved down to Hampshire, I was a photographer at RAF Cranwell. And then things change as they do in life, and I ended up down in Hampshire, bitting and bobbing about, and moved down here with some jobs. And I sort of put the camera down for a bit after Cranwell, and it was, you know, just gathering dust in the corner. And I was at the Eastleigh Lincoln game, and I could see a few snappers on the, you know, sidelines and pitch side, whatever. And I thought, I'd like to have a go at that. Anyway, I think Lincoln got beat 2-1, I reckon, if I remember rightly, or 3-2. I know they got beat anyway. And on the Monday, I approached Eastleigh and just inquired if I could perhaps go along for a few home games and see if I could get my eye in and get my camera kit up and running again. And they were a bit dubious at first, and I emailed a few times, and eventually they said, yeah, come along then. And they wanted me to pay for a ticket, so I did for the first few games, paid for a ticket, and they let me sit on the sidelines. And then I got some ish stuff, as you'll see in a minute, and ended up providing them with some images for their programme for that season. So, you know, a case of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. They let me in for free, and I gave them my images, which was a start. That was the start, really. So I'll just show you some images from Eastleigh now on the 600D. That's all I had at the time, 600D and a 100-400, I think, so proper low-end kit, but it was a start. So yeah, as you can see here, crikey, this was on the 600D, and my settings are all over the place. What we got here, we've got ISO 1250th, aperture 4.5, 2500th of a second shutter speed, just totally out there. And you can see the grain in these. I mean, crikey. This shutter speed on this one was 3200 at 5.6. I didn't have a clue. You know, I'd just come from Cranwell a couple of years earlier, well, a year earlier than that, and I've been doing a bit of sport there, but nothing sort of to this level. And well, big learning curve, really. Well, just, I mean, the composition on this image here, I just, that would just go in the bin now. But anyway. But I mean, that's soft, you know. I'm at 3200 at f5 ISO 2500. Don't know what I was thinking, but it's quite interesting going back through these. This is the stuff that you never see. But yeah, I'm just going to zoom through these now. I mean, the grain, the noise on them, look. I mean, my settings are all over the place. You know, I mean, I think that one actually got on the front page of front of the programme that week, but it's terrible. But anyway, never mind. Oh dear. But it got me started. That's what the point is. So I did a season at Eastleigh, and I got ish. I mean, I haven't got all of the images on here, obviously. I mean, this one, the composition on this is terrible. What's going on here? It's overexposed. I'm still at 1250th. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, laughable now, really. But you know, it got me a nice standard portfolio to move on. So after that season, obviously I only had Eastleigh games for a portfolio and bits and bobs, and some stuff that I did at RAF Cranwell going back, a bit of rugby and bits and bobs, hockey. That was just on a Wednesday sports day. So I've got a little bit of a portfolio to move on. So after the season finished, I just went online and I found a couple of agencies and approached them, and one agency came back to me, replied to me, Action Plus Images. And they took me on, which was great. Obviously on commission. So obviously you only earn what you sell, and I did a lot of 0-0 games and all sorts, But it was a start, and I was on the bottom of the ladder then. So I was working for an agency, I was picking and choosing where I was going, and we'll just look at some images here. They're all sorts of stuff. Some fantastic games. This game here, Arsenal-Barcelona. You can't get much better than photographing Messi. Obviously it's on commission, and I think this was a night game, and obviously I had a day job as well, so I'd travel over to London sort of as soon as I finished work at, I don't know, if I could get out of work early, at 3 o'clock. I was lorry driving at the time. So I'd work my day round an evening game, so I'd get to Arsenal about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Wouldn't get back home till 1, 2 in the morning, depending on how the tubes are running and bits and bobs, and then driving back. And I'd be back up for work at 7. So, it's what I'm trying to point out is that you have to put in a lot of blood, sweat and tears really, a lot of miles, a lot of hours, a lot of, like I said, 0-0 games where you don't get anything. But I'll just sim through these, this is the sort of thing quite early on that I was going to, so it was great. What's this? We've got the Capital One Cup final. The colour tones on this are awful. But, I'm still learning at the time. Crikey, that was a heck of a shot. I think a heck of a picture. I think it's Yari Toure there. Lifting, I can't remember his name now. Got his hand around his neck and he's lifting him up in the air. But yeah, incidentally, this game was featured on episode 1 of the edit collaboration with David. This game, and there I am, just photographing the keeper. But yeah, all sorts. Now we're at is this this is Chelsea PSG. That's when David Luiz was at PSG. Look, but got Ibrahimovic, whatever. Can't get his name out, but yeah. So I was obviously commissioned, but I was getting top class images and building my portfolio. So we'll just skim through these. There's some darts now, obviously at the World Darts Final. Again, that was an interesting shot. One of the punters obviously got on stage and tried to run off with the trophy. So that was an interesting shot. But yeah, darts, what else we got on here? Cricket, again, great for the portfolio. England cricket, back to England football now. Old Walker doing his squirty thing with his bottle. And who you got there? Neymar. You can't, it's so fortunate and so privileged. Then we're on to rugby. This is England-Wales at Twickenham. This is the first rugby match I'd done, top spec rugby match, So yeah, again, I'm just trying to show you the different events that I went to. Well, obviously this is a bit closer to home. This is at Portsmouth. This is the America's Cup. Again, brilliant event. Was obviously out on a rib for this. But is it Ben Ainsley there? He was the captain of the Land Rover team. I think they won that weekend. Incidentally, somewhere, I think back at the start, let's just sim through these. Back at the start, Wills and Kate were there. I think they've been invited by Land Rover. So I'm just simming through the images here, as you can see. But yeah, so there's Wills and Kate. Now on the Sunday, this image made me an insurance claim. They came past in the boat, obviously on the Land Rover boat, being hosted by Land Rover, and not long after that image was taken, their security boat came flying past our little rib, just put a little wave over the rib, straight all over my laptop. Instantly lifted up my laptop, turned it over, no good, gone. So that was an insurance claim. So I'll always remember that weekend for the weekend that I lost my laptop. But let's sim through the images again. So yeah, what else have we got in here? 3 seasons I was I was bitting and bobbing about all over the place, all sorts of events. Bit of England cricket here. This was at Trent Bridge. You know, I travelled up to Trent Bridge for the one-day international against Australia. You know, but when you got that passion, it drives you. And I knew what my next end game was, and that was obviously to end up at Press Association. So before I go into that, we'll just I've got ladies FA Cup final here, again at Wembley. Another great game that we did. A few more. Tennis, Queen's tennis. You know, I was just trying over a period of a year. Well, obviously this is mainly the first and second years of my Action Plus days, but to get as many events in as I could to really build that portfolio, to get, you know, good quality images, give it a strong portfolio. And then again, here we go, another event, snooker. I think this was the Masters, Alexandra Palace in London. So again, travelling to London again to get another sport under my belt, building that portfolio. What else we got? Just going, I mean, this was snooker's great to photograph, totally different, obviously totally quiet, got to get everything on silent. You can only hit the shutter once the cue ball's been hit, you know, with the cue, so that was really good. Good to learn the technique there, you know. And then afterwards we've got, you know, I mean, to photograph Ronnie O'Sullivan, I mean, I love snooker anyway, and to photograph Ronnie O'Sullivan during an interview, fantastic. You know, made some, I mean, the light, it was just, they were interviewing the players just to the side of the press room where we were sat, so, you know, just quietly moved into the corner and just shot this on, what's it on? I haven't got no metadata, but on the 70-200. Again, just clicking away gently, and got some nice stuff. Tour of Britain cycling in London, Mark Cavendish there. You know, again, up close quarters, got some lovely stuff through the London streets, and again, it's adding to the portfolio, another string to your bow. And that's what I would advise, just get as many sports in as you can. You know, if you're gonna go down the route that I went down, you know, you can, with some sports you can get some behind the scenes footage, you know. Again, I mean, some lovely images here. Oh, we're going back to, this is White Hart Lane. This image, incidentally, I'm going to feature in a different video, different editing videos, but we'll come to that on another time. But again, this is, what's this on? This is on the 1DX. Again, the shutter speed, 1600th, bit quick for a night game, and that, you know, it's, the tones are wrong and everything. But anyway, we'll come back to that one. Oh, my beloved Upton Park. I'm a West Ham fan, if anyone didn't know. But so nice to work there before it went. But again, colours are strange on this, but you know, obviously, what's this on? This is on the 1DX 800th f2.8. So over time, I got to grips with the camera settings and that, and then athletics at London Stadium. This was only, I think this was 2018. So again, got athletics under my belt, and this was probably just before I approached the Press Association. I'm not sure what else we've got here, but yeah, that's it, athletics. So yeah, so you've just seen there quickly, I've built up a portfolio over the 3 years, a lot of miles, a lot of hours. Obviously love doing everything on commission, and I think in the third season I was with Action Plus, they managed to get a small contract with Getty, so sales went up a bit, and you know, I'd only be on, some months you might earn £200 on commission, you know, for doing the big events, so it's not a lot, but it was for the love of it, and I knew what my end goal would be. And so after three seasons, 3 years if you like, or just over 3 years of lots of different sports, I was then confident enough that I could build a real strong portfolio. And speaking to a good colleague and friend, Steve Paston at Bournemouth, obviously still at Action Plus, and I said, you know, I'm looking to up my game, get on the next ladder, get on the next step on the ladder, and do you know if there'd be any positions at Press Association, or did you know of anywhere else? And he said, give the guys a ring. So I gave him a ring, had a lovely chat with the guys on the desk, and straight away they said, have you got a website? So luckily I'd already prepared my website with up-to-date images, good strong images, sent them my web address. Obviously they had a look. Now it was probably a month, 6 weeks, and eventually they got back to me and said, are you free this weekend for a game at Millwall? And I said, wow, yeah, of course I am, yeah. So I went and did Millwall, and then there was another couple of weeks after that, and over time, I think that was midway through the season, doing the Millwall game, bitting and bobbing, sort of every other Saturday, a few midweek games for them. And then it came to the summer of 2017, 2017 I think, 2018, I can't remember now. But got an email from the desk saying, can you guarantee us every Saturday for the next season? Of course I can, yeah. And possibly Sundays and any midweek games if we can call upon you. And that's the position I'm at now, and it's absolutely fantastic. I feel so privileged, you know. So mainly this video was to show you the 3 years with Action Plus on commission, what you need to do, and it's just basically showing you my general portfolio, getting it strong, getting as many different sporting events as you can, as many different sports as you can, really build that portfolio up, and then you can move to the next step. So yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with you. I've answered a few people in the past couple of 3 weeks since people have been on YouTube and on the Facebook, and I thought, why not do a video on it? So yeah, so that's basically it. That's all the advice I can give you is to start small, start at your local club so that you're not spending a lot of money on travelling and hours. You know, I mean, Eastleigh's 3/4 of an hour away, so I'd get there for like 1 o'clock. I'd be away for, you know, 5:30, 6 o'clock, back at home, and then, you know, I'd do the email on the Sunday, email them their images, and that went on for a season. I got my eye in, I got lots out of it, built a nice standard portfolio, and moved from there on to Action Plus. 3 years on this, getting as much as I could, and then on to the next level, and that's currently where I am at the minute at PA, as you know. And obviously I'm not getting into London much now because I've got my little patch and I'm doing Bournemouth and Southampton. Sort of, they alternate weekends that they're playing at home, and it works out really well. Do a bit of Portsmouth. Obviously I'll go into London a bit if the staff guys are busy or flat out, or I'll go to Bristol, as you know from my YouTube videos. So yeah, but that's the state of play today, and that's how it all started. So hopefully that all makes sense anyway. But as usual, leave any comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And it's great to hear from you guys. And yeah, that's about it really. So I hope you're all keeping well. I think this is what's today? Wednesday. I'm going to try and get this out tonight. It's Wednesday evening now. I'm going to try and get it out tonight live. Tomorrow is the next episode of the collaboration with myself and David on the editing. So try and watch that if you can. Another 5 images, and we've put a timer on it this time, so that should be good. But that'll be out. I think we've done it as a premiere, so I think it's coming out 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And if any of you are about, you can log on and chat, and we'll chat live as it's being played. So it was good fun last week, chatting to a few of you guys live as it was playing, commenting on the images that we were editing. It was great fun. So and we're still getting images coming in, so that's great. But anyway, I'm going off the beaten track. So hopefully that's given you a bit of insight into how I got started. Leave any questions below, I'll answer them as soon as I can. And I think it's tea time now, so enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Catch up soon.